Space, the final frontier. This is a review show for Star Trek The Next Generation. Its continuing mission to explore interesting plot points, to seek out goofs and continuity errors, to boldly go where no other TNG review show has gone before. It's Friday. No, sorry, it's Wednesday. Get the day right. It's 8 o'clock. It's the TNG review show.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop.
It's me and you tonight and my invisible tits.
That's one way to start. Yes.
Okay, no, they're not.
For some reason, it's better that they're invisible, to be fair, than other possible options. Good evening, everyone. It's us. It's the TNG review show. We're back to review and to put another episode of Star Trek The Next Generation into the vault. And I'm joined today by my co-hosts Mazimu Bob and Tavykins Turner. Now, we don't know where Sean's got to. Hopefully Sean will be along in a mo. And Mazimu Bob is in London, beaming in via satellite, and she's just getting herself sorted out in her hotel room in London. So, yes, we're gradually putting it all together on the fly. Yes, thank you, Tavi. Good evening to everyone in live chat world. Good evening to Subspace Chatter. Dan, how are you doing, sir? I haven't talked to you in a little while, but I hope you are well. Andrew, good evening to you, sir. I hope you're not working yourself too hard, mate. Stu Plum, good evening to you. My ever-suffering wrench, Smiler Rainbow, she is sat in a chilly car park somewhere in Plymouth. Yes, good evening to you all. I'm trying to keep an eye out for Sean to appear backstage. I'm sure he'll be around shortly. But anyway, any minute now. How are you this week, Tavykins?
I am doing really good. It's been one busy week, so I'm happy for today.
Now, eagle-eyed amongst you there will notice that actually there's two Tavykins Turners here. We're having some technical difficulties with the audio on Tavi's laptop, so we've had to split the audio and video feed out into two separate channels. So there we go.
Yes.
That's why we've got two Tavikins Turners on the screen at the moment.
You can never have too much Tavikins Turner, right?
Well, no, we thought doubles better, isn't it? Really.
I'm pretty sure somewhere Guidon's spider senses are tingling. Something's a bit off because one of them is from the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, something dodgy's going on. And also on the stream this week, we've got Chewy, the good boy. He's asleep here on my sofa. So he's curled up, living his best life, basically. Yes. So this week's episode that we are having a deep dive on is the host. Oh, I just realised live chat isn't up, is it? That's better. Sorry, guys. Well. There we go. I had live chat covered up, didn't I? Chat window. Smiler was trying to tell me. Chat window. There you go. You're back. You're back. You are there. Hello, everyone. Yes. So, yeah, we've had to physically split Tavikins physically. Yeah. Yeah. So, right. Tonight's episode is the host. That's what we're consigning to the vault tonight. And it is episode 23 of season 4. So we've only got 2 episodes left until Redemption Part 1 and 2, which is kind of crazy how season 4's flown by.
Lovely.
Ah, there you are, Mazin McBob.
Hi.
How you doing? How are you doing this week?
You rushed and frazzled, but I'm good.
You've got them ready in super quick time there.
Yeah, I just had to do some things like put some hot water in my pot noodly thing because I knew I wouldn't be able to go out to dinner tonight and stuff. But I'm sorted now.
Yes. Have you got any blood wine? That's the question.
I just popped into the little Sainsbury's at Paddington Station, trying to get this Malbec off the top shelf, and I thought it was an empty box. I went to move the box out of the way, and there was one loady little bottle in it that rolled out and smashed all over the floor.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, oh, sorry. And this guy came along to clear it up. I was like, thanks, and ran off.
Oh, no.
One of those days. My train got in an hour and 5 minutes late. So, yeah, I can claim like 50% compensation for that.
Oh, that's something, I guess.
Yeah. It's like you don't want it to be late. You want it to speed up. And then it gets to a point where you're getting near like a refund sort of threshold where you're like, oh, now I want it to be a little bit more delayed. If it's going to be late, you may as well get a refund, right?
Yeah, that's right. Smiler Rainbow's loving how the hosts of this show pack their uniforms when they're going away.
I did. I've even got my paddle. I almost forgot my paddle. I was like, uniform. I was completely, I took my uniform, but it was like last minute. I was like, oh, paddle.
You need your paddle.
Yeah.
Mine is a Kakapoo.
Oh, nice.
Kakapoo. New Zealand one.
Yummy.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, the host, production number 40274-197. First aired on the 13th of May 1991 and is the 96th episode to be both produced and released. It was written by Michael Horvat. This is his only writing credit. And he's now a marriage therapist in LA, apparently. So, there you go.
That's interesting.
It was directed by Martin V. Rush. This is his only director credit for TNG, though he was the director of photography for the whole of season 3, 4, and 5. He was also director of photography for the first 2 seasons of Deep Space Nine and for the whole of Voyager and Enterprise. So he's kind of like a Star Trek guy through and through.
Fairly prolific.
Yeah. Like a lot of these guys, I think he's the cinematographer on Orville now. Dan says Martin V. Rush was awesome, and I think he's correct. Yeah.
And I think although I think Jerry Taylor, is it, also sort of wrote the screenplay, although the original story was written by the guy you mentioned as a sole writing credit.
Yeah, I heard that she did the romantic bits and he had the other plot line, and then they kind of spliced it together because they thought it was a really nice character development and a nice angle to address the Trill and like the political messages behind that.
Yeah. No, he's not passed away. I think he's still alive, and he's 63 years old, I believe. But I might be wrong. I could be wrong. Has he done anything this year? Unless it's been like in the last like week or something. Don't know. Don't want to be wrong.
I'm not.
Anyway, hi, good evening, Ruth. Hope you're well. As of tonight,
You were
he has
there.
passed away. I was there. You were there.
What?
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 Yeah. We need more information, Dan. We need
more
Yeah,
deets.
come on.
Yeah.
I don't know where Sean is. Somebody message him. Make sure he's all right.
Oh no, Sean is AOL. Yeah.
Andrew says, "Where's Chief Leprechaun?" I'm not sure he'd appreciate that, but
Right.
it gave me a chuckle anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know. Yeah.
I might have to change cables here for a minute. The laptop is not maintaining the charge I need on my phone to keep everything going.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
I'm using more energy than I'm putting out. I've used it all on the cloaking device for my tits.
Ah.
You don't have the power.
Yee. Right, who wants to see the trailer for this episode? Once again, it's a downloaded version because Trek Core is, as far as I can see, still offline on YouTube. So
You didn't get to the bottom of that.
no, I don't know if it's just me.
Maybe Subspace with his connections knows what's
Yeah,
going
what's
on
happened to Trek Core on YouTube? If anybody can find out, that'd be great. But anyway, here is the trailer.
Passion ignites between Dr. Crusher and an alien ambassador.
Beverly, you're in love.
But a shuttle disaster leaves him in critical condition.
You're dying.
Help me. Then I volunteer.
Now, a shocking alien transplant puts 2 lives at stake.
I am Odan. I still love you.
I don't know who you are.
Unknown mystery next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Sometimes these trailers don't really leave much of the story left, do they? Once they've they kind of explain the whole thing, you know.
Like, and that was the episode.
That was the episode, yeah.
Don't need to watch it now.
No. She falls in love, gets transplanted, has issues, and, you know, that's it. In the end.
And there's a love interest, and
Yeah.
he's negotiating a peace treaty, and yeah, that's it.
Right. It's good to know. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, Darren, give us some more information about Paul Martin, if you could, if you can. Yeah, so that was that. Pictures. You want some pictures?
Yes,
Of
please.
data or the D.
Hey, I've got some. Well, guess what I start with?
Data.
Yes, data.
It's my show.
What?
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
picture of the D.
of the D. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so he's actually fine. He was joking. Oh, right. Okay, Dan. Okay. That's phew. That's all right then. So, teaser then. The teaser opens with Beverly Crusher's personal log. which again is a bit of an unusual log entry to start the episode with. She's investigating a respiratory illness on one of the moons of Pilier-Zel. She finally got a letter from Wes, so that's good. And there's a new man in her life. A Trill ambassador named of Odan. Ooh. Let's get it on. Yep.
Ew, that kiss though.
Yeah, straight in with them kissing in the turbo lift like a couple of school kids. In the turbo lift, Bev and her new squeeze are playing tonsil tennis when Data enters. He was on his way to update them on the information he's gathered for their mission. They come up with a lame excuse as to why they can't talk to him right now, including Odan feigning sickness and retiring to his room. But question number 1, what are the names of the 2 moons of Pilier-Zel that Odin is mediating an agreement between? What's the name of the 2 moons of Pilier-Zel? Is it A, Alpha and Gamma, B, Alpha and Beta, C, Sigma and Gamma, or D, Sigma and Beta?
I'll hold off a little bit and let the gallery get in first.
Oh, according
I'm
to
just waiting for you to repeat
technically...
it to make sure I heard it right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay, all right.
understand.
Let me...
I was about to say something, Ruth. I'm glad you put it in there. I don't understand why you don't have a picture of Data up right now, because this is one of the few scenes he's in. Everybody, I'm going to let y'all know this is another Data deficient episode.
Data deficient.
Clocked less than 4 minutes and 10 seconds. 4 minutes, 10 seconds.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
That's not even 10%. I feel like we should just have him on B-roll.
There you go. Happy now?
There we go. Can you hold it there? Just leave it there while you're talking.
There we go. So it's A, Alpha and Gamma, B, Alpha and Beta, C, Sigma and Gamma, and D, Sigma and Beta. I've put it into chat. Yeah, according to Dan's friend, technically TrekCore YouTube channel is still there, but all the stuff for Star Trek. But all it has is stuff for... I found... Yes, it's TrekCore Darkness is there, which is just the Star Trek Into Darkness stuff, but the standard TrekCore channels disappeared.
It's annoying. Where are our trailers gone?
I know. It's a bit annoying. Yeah. So Beverly there exits the turbo lift with Data, and she tells him that... she'll set him up at a medical station so he can input his figures. And she can go meet up with Odin and play nurses.
We've got Stuplum in chat.
Yes, Stuplum's there, yep.
Good.
Meanwhile, in his quarters, Odin has a thing moving about in his tummy, and he applies some sort of scanning device to it.
Ooh, he got worms. Got himself tapeworm.
Yeah, apparently reading up on what's the Scientia, that website. This scanner in the script, what he's doing here is feeding the symbiont.
Oh.
Apparently.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently it was hungry, and he's feeding it via this tool. That's what it said in the script, apparently. This device goes on to be used as a dermal regenerator in Deep Space Nine, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the end of the teaser.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can, like, when you're transitioning to new scenes, you can just put just a standard Data photo up.
Do you want me to go back? You don't want to look at this bulging mass in this guy's tummy. You'd rather look at Data.
Yeah, that's the off-putting one there. That is fabulous because, like I said in chat, I love how vulnerable he looks. Like, why does she have my arm? Because if that had been me, because I would have been escorting him to my quarters, he'd be like, "Where are you taking me?" I'm like, "Oh boy, if you only knew."
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call. I got.
Subspace says it's Ex Astris Scientia, run by his friends Bernd and Jorg.
Yes. Fantastic website.
Probably murdered the pronunciation of those names.
Yeah, I keep getting the name of the website wrong. Ex Astricientia. But yeah, it's really full of details. This is where I found out about what the prop was being used for. Here it is in Deep Space Nine. Look, there it is with O'Brien holding it, and there it is being used on Quark.
Oh, hey, he's got that bump on his head, just like that Trill thing. Maybe it's for bumpy stuff.
It's for bumpy. He's feeding his bumps.
Yeah, he's got his lovely Ferengi bumps.
At least they don't move around.
Oh yeah.
Check it out.
Oh. You're filling it for Sean.
Right. Was there anything else about this? The teaser there, Maz and Bob? Did you?
Oh God, I don't know. Don't ask me complicated questions. No, I think you probably know, but during the filming of this, Gates McFadden was 7 months pregnant.
I did not know that.
Did you not? Oh,
No.
Like all of the shots are like this. They're from the boob up. You know, like there's no sort of shots of her walking across the room. Like everything's all very close up.
From the
which
boob
is a
up.
bit of a challenge from the sort of direction perspective. I think Riker, Jonathan Frakes was saying something about you end up sort of just like concentrating on that more than what you're doing some of the time, just like trying to make sure there's something in front of her or whatever. And she was obviously a little bit miffed because her and Deanna both been saying they want more of a part for a while, and they both got a log, and now she's got her first romantic episode while she's heavily pregnant. She said she really wished it had
Typical.
not been at that kind of a time.
Oh, bless. Yeah. According to Dan Jorg, he met years ago when they were admins on Memory Alpha, but now he runs a great Twitter page, so check it out. Check it out.
Check it out. I will vouch for if you got to cut stuff out, as long as you get tits up, it's a great shot.
Right, so the answer to question 1 then, what was the name of the 2 moons? It was B, Alpha Beta. Yes.
20 points all round.
Yeah, beta,
10 points
beta.
to Gryffindor.
10 points. Well done. Act 1. Act 1. We're in Odin's quarters. And they're at it again. Can't keep their hands off each other. Joking that they thought they were going to be lumbered with Commander Data for the afternoon. Odin mentions that they have been dating for 10 days. After difficulties pulling herself away, Odin gets called to the observation lounge to meet with the representative of Peliazal. Well, Stu Plum's buffering. Try reducing the what do you call it? The resolution. The try if you're watching it HD 1080, try going down to 720 or something like that. That might help. Let me just check on my end. Quickly check the old. No, it seems all right.
Yeah, it seems okay for me as well. He thinks it's problems with his new super ultra fast internet.
Oh yeah, yeah. With your big ultra internet you got now.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Couldn't write it, could you?
No. Okay. Yes. So he gets called. They get called to the observation lounge. There was this nice shot of the Enterprise going under us towards Peliazal with the Alpha and Beta moons there, which was a nice shot. So they split up, and Odin enters observation lounge from one door, and Beverly enters from the other door, so they don't make it look, suspicious, them arriving together. Though Troy comments to the doc, where have you been? And she lies that she had a emergency in sickbay, completely forgetting that her friend is empathic and can see through lies. So, yeah. A faux pas there, maybe.
could be, but at the same time, if you give her like her track record, wouldn't she just say, "I feel something, but I'm not sure"?
Yeah, that's true.
Classic line.
Yeah. So Owen meets with the governor, Trion, who mentions that the work of Odan's father and how skilled he was, and he hopes to do just as well. Alpha Moon has tapped into Peliazel's magnetic field, which gives them an exclusively rich power source, but in turn is causing severe global warming issues with Beta Moon. Both sides are now arming for war. Bad news. She's got this thing on her head. This, if you see this symbol on her head.
Oh, we're still seeing Beverly and the guy.
Oh.
and not data, because that
Not
scene was one
Data.
of the few scenes that had data in it, and you just didn't have any. I just thought I'd put that in there. This is a disgruntled comment, but I'm trying to be polite.
Here's the lovely shot of the Enterprise going towards the planet in two moons.
Pretty.
I see. I just ignore me there. Just ignore me. All
I'm
right.
just ignoring you. There's them entering from different ends of the observation lounge. And this is Odan meeting Governor Riker Trion. And you see this thing she's got on her head and on her chest? That's been used lots of times.
I was say that I can see that on a Romulan or a Vulcan pretending to be a Romulan. Maybe I don't know.
It's on a Romulan. It's in the middle of a Romulan uniform. It's also in Encounter at Farpoint, where they go in Q's courtroom of like old Earth.
Yeah.
And you've got those people and the guards in those big, massive suits. They've got those symbols on their foreheads, on the heads of their suits. I can show you, thanks to X Astris.
India.
Yeah, there you go. On this suit thing here.
Oh yeah.
And this is it on the front of the Romulan uniform. So there you go. There you go.
Very cool.
There you go. So yes, Picard mentions that the delegates from both sides will meet him at Peliazel, so he'll need to transport down as soon as they arrive. But but Odan is not keen on using a transporter like Dr. McCoy. He doesn't want his molecules scattered across the galaxy, so he'd rather take a shuttle. The governor doesn't recommend it, but Odan says he's going to do it anyway. Go on then, Tabikins. Limber up. Here she goes.
Yes.
Everybody mute. Hey, go!
You came in just in time, girl. He is stingy with them data picks. You just got you a little bit of that data right in time. Oh, he's making me beg for it this episode too. Jesus.
Savor this photo, because I think this is one of the last ones of data for a little while. So
he's looking good too.
Yeah, he's looking fine today.
Giving a bit of the old side eye, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because he's saying he doesn't want to be transported, and he's like, "Oh, that's weird, isn't it? That's strange." After they all leave, Troy reports that Odan is maybe a dodgy Malacca, as he's hiding something. I don't know what a dodgy Malacca is, but it's just something my son's always calling people, so I thought I'd put it in there. That guy's a dodgy Malacca.
Oh my goodness. Later on, I got to comment back to that, because everybody remembers the crazy episode, the graphic episode of, I believe it's season 1, the parasites that they blasted out of somebody's chest cavity.
Oh, conspiracy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't understand why these people didn't go crazy during this episode when they found out about it. I'm like, oh,
I got them back.
I was all up in Stargate moment. I'm like, okay, the first ones were the Goa'uld, and these are the Tok'ras.
Yeah.
They still kind of, you know. I was freaking out.
They take it well, I think. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Later, Troy and the Doctor meet in the ship's spa, barbers. The Doctor's getting herself ready to meet Odin for a night out, having her nails done and whatnot. Troy takes the mick out of her, saying she doesn't see her here often. She's like, it's like it's love or something.
And this is the first time we've seen like a salon area for barbers.
Yeah. We've been in the barbers before, I think in Data's Day. But this is the first time we've seen it as like a spa-like thing. Every naval ship has a spa on board. She says it's no secret the love because she's been glowing. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just met 10 days ago. Just remember that.
Yeah.
That would have added to that conspiracy. Be like, when did you say you met this man?
Yeah, that's right.
And you in love? You in love?
Well, funny you should say that, because Troy questions how much she knows him, because, you know, he might be a dodgy Malacca. But question 2, the Doc is worried. The Doc is not worried because she says she has known him for how long? Not that someone just gave the answer away or anything. But,
damn it!
But in this scene, how long did she say she's known him? Was it A, 2 minutes, B, 2 days, C, 2 weeks, or D, 2 months? 300,000 years. Or is it 3 million years? I can't see how many zeros. 3 million years. That's quite a lot of years. 2 minutes, 2 days. Oh, you probably want me to put that in chat, won't you? Even though everybody's going to answer it straight away anyway. And
No.
I got to remember to put the spaces in. How's people are moan. I've got to go spaces in. There we go. Spaces. Look at that.
You know we're getting old. Can't be trying to decipher between these things.
No. Here you go. Whilst you're figuring that out, there's data for you.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
There you go.
It's been such a dry spell with Data that I literally fell asleep during this episode. I only woke up to count the seconds that he was on screen.
Was it 4 minutes and 20 seconds?
Just over. 4 minutes. No more than 4 minutes, 10 seconds.
That's the first thing she said to me when she joined the studio this week. Do you know he was only in it for 4 minutes, 10 seconds this episode? I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Writing it all down in my notes, doing the math. I'm like, okay, he's there for 3 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds. 7, 35. Oh. The longest stint was 2 minutes and 24 seconds in a row.
Right. There you go. How long's she known Odin? 2 minutes, 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months? Put your answers on a postcard. Odin enters the ready room and tells Picard, and Picard tells him they've entered orbit, so it's time to do your thing. Picard asks how he'll go about it, and Odin says, well, he just goes purely on instinct. He thanks Picard for the access to his crew and how super friendly they've been, particularly Dr. Crusher, who's been an extraordinary it's been extraordinary, especially as a woman, and wonders how committed she is to Starfleet. There's a whole bunch of questions there, which Picard's like, wow.
I thought that was weird that he asked him that, and I'm like, why would he?
Yeah.
How committed is she?
Thanks.
I mean, like, I can't let you know her last like personnel review and her goal. Like, it's like, why would he tell you that?
Yeah.
I just need to say this just to get some more airtime on it. Lieutenant Commander Data. I wish I could say Data Sung just to make it sound a little bit longer because I like the way the S sounds on Sung. But that would then be another character technically in the comic books, but not in the episode. So he's just Lieutenant Commander Data with no last name. I'll be quiet now. That's all I needed to say.
Thank you, Tavi. Thank you. So anyway, Riker himself will pilot Odin down to the planet, and on leaving, Odin gives Crusher a rose. A sub-rose. As they head off to the planet, another ship appears and claims to be escorting them on their way, but instead it shoots at the shuttle. Not a very good screen grab there, but that's what's happening in that picture. Unfortunately, as the ship gets hit, Odin gets injured and still refuses to be emergency beamed aboard, so Riker pilots the stricken shuttle home manually.
I've got a question.
Oh, go on then.
What shuttlecraft is it?
Can't tell from that. The name of the shuttle, is that where?
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't remember seeing that one before.
Ha!
Ha.
Ha!
G.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Okay, this wait. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five letters in between that. 5 to 6. Okay.
5?
Want me to tell you?
5. I think 5. And they're usually named after what is it? Rivers?
No, that was runabouts in Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
yeah,
darn it.
like
Okay.
the Rubicon and stuff. But yeah, no, these weren't quite so.
These are like named after
formulaic.
like famous people, aren't they? Like
They were.
scientists or things or explorers.
It is.
Hawking?
Yeah.
Hey!
Is it?
I
Nice.
got there.
I only looked it up because you often ask what number shuttlecraft and things like that. So I thought, I wonder if he'll ask this. So I specifically worked it out for myself. And I thought, if you don't ask it as a question, I'll test you on it.
Oh, yeah. We got there. We got there
20
with
points
it.
for Monty Ban.
Hey. Yeah. Well, I knew I asked some shuttle questions like a few episodes ago, so I thought I won't do it this time.
Always keeping me on my toes.
When Odin is returned to the ship, Dr. Crusher and the medical staff attend to Odin. Crusher hypothesizes that there may be a parasite at play. Odin wakes and informs her that his body is just a host and that she must make sure the parasite lives because it's him.
You see, that's where I got that question. Is that Odin saying that, or is that the host? Because I got the impression that the host was completely wiped out. Like that person's voice just doesn't exist in this version. Like it's literally a parasite. Like this is when the Trill were more like the Gua'uld. Like they just took over, used the body up until it died, and then got another one. That's a parasite.
Yeah.
That's not a symbiotic relationship.
True.
No, because there was nothing left of Riker, was there, when he got put
like
in
Riker wasn't
room?
talking. He wasn't blipping in and out. Riker didn't have a voice. It was just Odin trying to use Riker. Riker's down to get up on it, get up in it.
And apparently, not that I would personally know, but their kind of medical technobabble is quite accurate, apparently. The increased eosinophilia in the cerebral spinal fluid and elevated sedimentation rates would, in fact, be expected findings with a parasite that's attached to the spinal canal.
Oh,
So somebody did their research.
very cool.
Ooh. How many parasites attached to the spinal canal?
Well,
Like,
this is it. I mean, for them, it's like, I guess it's just sort of in his stomach, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't specifically say it's attached to his spinal canal, but I mean, it must somehow attach to his nervous system in order to make him walk and talk and stuff. But yeah.
Where's the pouch?
Yeah.
No, I know, but you can't.
Yeah, this is it. I
So,
mean,
embryonic
nothing about the
character,
Trills,
isn't
their
it?
physiology, their you know,
Lumpy
nothing
foreheads.
is in keeping with what happens in the future. But you know, we've said we just have to accept this. You know,
Yeah.
theoretically, this is the first we're coming to it. It doesn't become inaccurate
Yeah.
until later when they
Yeah.
do different things with it.
I got a fully functional fact for that.
Ooh,
DS9, when they decided to take the Trill on as a race, actually ended up making TNG, what's the word? You know, the continuity,
Yeah.
lose continuity.
Lose
Because
continuity.
at this point in time, Jadzia
Mhm.
Dax would have already graduated from the academy.
yeah. Not only
So they
that,
would've-
Curzon Dax was famous for all of his work, you know, with the Klingons and all that kind of stuff. And these guys are acting like they've never even heard of the Trill, whereas
Yeah.
you know, there would have been loads known about it. They would have been, you know, really sort of integral part of the of like the Federation or something. So yeah.
Yeah, they'd definitely be on the medical books.
Mhm.
So DS9 didn't
Okay.
do TNG a solid. Okay, I'll be quiet now. It's not about data
No.
anyway.
It's true, good point.
Question 2, then. The answer. Hopefully we had lots of C's. 2 weeks or an eternity for data, as we know. As Dan pointed out, an eternity for data, the equivalent of 3 million years, or 2 weeks for us mere humans.
Yes, everybody answered C.
Well done, everyone.
If there's anybody in chat who would also take a vote with me, I believe that if it is a data deficient episode, that the screensaver in between these different scenes needs to be data.
All right,
It's
I
gotta be
forgot.
data.
I forgot.
I'm gonna have to log. I'm turning my camera off and everything. You don't see me, I don't see data. Same thing.
You got some good chest hair here, though, so you know that's.
That is nice. That is epic chest hair, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That's a man. Yeah, that's a man.
Right, so Crusher learns that the Trill are joined species, a symbiont and a host, and this is the reason why he did not want to be beamed down to the surface, as it would injure the symbiont. He asked her to contact Trill to urgently send another host body. I guess that's another thing they dropped in Deep Space Nine, because they couldn't have her not being able to transport anywhere.
Maybe they improved the technology.
You never know. In the observation lounge, Crusher informs them that Odan's host body has died, but the symbiont is still alive. Yay! Odan was the one that negotiated the last treaty, so it was another host body and not Odin's father.
Data!
There we go. Hello, Data. Goodbye, Data. Oh no, hello, Data again. Look at that. Look how good I was there for you.
Woo. And you said that one earlier was the last one. There's loads more, see?
It's loads, see? I look after you.
Look at those hands.
I looks after you.
Panko, I don't know if you're still here, but his hands are on screen. Those fingers.
You can almost slightly see her baby bump there, actually.
Oh yeah, just hitting here. So question 3 then. The Trills say that another host will be there, but how long will it take for them to arrive? Is it A, 10 hours, B, 20 hours, C, 30 hours, or D, 40 hours? 10, 20, 30, or 40 hours. How long is it going to take for a Trill to arrive?
What?
Let me put some spaces.
Thank you.
There you are for a reminder. However long it may be, Dr. Crusher explains that the symbiont cannot survive long enough for a new host to arrive. Though no human has ever hosted a Trill symbiont before, Riker volunteers to be the temporary host, both to save the Trill symbionts and to continue the mission to avert a war. The question was, in this scene, Dr. Crusher says the Trill host will arrive, but how long will it take for them to arrive? Was it 10 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours, or 40 hours?
That's not what I have in my notes, though. Are you rounding up?
I was just checking my notes, and I didn't write it down, but that's not what I thought they said either.
Yeah. Are you sure? Are you rounding up or down or something?
No, I think... actually, I think it was Picard that said it in this scene. It was Picard that said it. Trust me. It's one of those.
Okay. That's not what I wrote in my notes, though. I'm going to just have to round up, though. Okay. All right.
They do in another scene in
I'll
a
put it
minute.
in private chat what I thought it was, Tabby, just to see if it tallies with what you thought.
All right.
Yeah. Put in.
Maybe I got it wrong. I don't think I did, though. Okay. Do.
Anyway.
Continue.
Sorry, that's what I got.
What do you say?
I'll quickly double check.
Where's private chat? How do you get to private chat on this thing?
You can never see it on. It's in streaming.
It's private, yeah.
You can't see it.
All right,
That's what I thought. I'm gonna just round up. It looks like these men. Just round up.
Just round up. Dr. Crusher carries out the surgery and inserts symbiont, and it looks dodgy for a while, but eventually Riker pulls through. He tells her she looks tired, Dr. Beverly, and the doc realizes she has some difficult times ahead. Yeah.
Andrew. He's stupid.
Looks like an M&M red on a calzone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a bit.
Dessert calzone.
Yeah, that was the end of Act 2. Do we have anything else for Act 2?
No, I double checked, and yeah, Montalban is right. Although I can't really answer it now, as I've cheated and double checked. But that's fine. I don't mind.
Did you just go back and watch the scene?
Yeah, I just quickly checked, just for my own sanity.
No, you can't do that. I answer first, and then I go check, and then I'm like, oh, and I feel the pain afterwards.
Yeah, what's the difference then between the symbiont in here that we get in this episode and what we see in Deep Space Nine?
Well, for a start, it's got like the neon spots on it.
Yeah.
And I think like the head of it is quite different.
Definitely looks a bit more pinky, doesn't it? I think.
Don't they show it in Discovery as well?
Maybe. Yeah. So that was the end of the act. Was there anything else from this act, Mazabit Bob?
Couple of bits, bobbies. Oh yeah, we've already covered that about the trills. Yeah, no. Apparently the working title for this episode was E Pluribus Unum, which is Latin for out of many one. And then they obviously changed it later to the host. And I think, yeah, that's probably it for now. And change of appearance. It says that in this episode, this symbiote's appearance was made to resemble a caterpillar with the head of an octopus, but I can't really see how that's an octopus's head. But yeah, it became more streamlined, smaller, and easier to handle in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she...
It's not all about the size.
Well, it's always good to be easy to handle. Okay, so question 3 then. How long did Picard say that the host would take to arrive in this scene? Was it 10, 20, 30, or 40 hours? It was C, 30 hours. No, it wasn't. It was D, 40 hours. But I think most people got that one right, actually. What did you say?
Yeah, I should have
Tabby?
just rounded up. I thought it was 36 hours for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I rounded. I wrote 36 as well, but I was half asleep when I watched the
I
episode.
don't know how.
I think they mention it several times during this episode, so there might be a scene after this where they say it's going to be in 36 hours, and then I think it's 19 hours. So I think they do mention it several times. So onwards to Act 3. The new Odan, who I will be calling Odan Iker, talks to Trill from the bridge. She must convince the participants in the negotiation that it is indeed Odan, and he's not going to appear as a Starfleet officer with possibly his own agenda. She says she will try, but she doesn't know she'll be successful. Odan feels faint, so he leaves to go to his quarters and get some rest, and Picard contacts Beverly to go check on him. Won't be awkward at all. She treats him, but doesn't know how to handle it, as it's all super weird. She wonders why he didn't tell her the truth, and he points out, why didn't you tell me you were only a single being? It didn't occur to him because it's natural to him. But then, the rest of the galaxy is just pretty much single beings. Like, the Trill's like the only... the only one we really know of in the Federation. That...
Sorry, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
He's full of shit. I would have called him out on that. Be like, bullshit.
Yeah. But he
just told us about it.
He says he still loves her, but if it hurts her, he will suppress his feelings. Later in 10 Forward, things get even weirder as Troy pops by. The Doctor tells her of her love for Odin, and whether what she loves still exists within Will. It's like the brain of her lover's being put into the body of her brother, and she doesn't know what to do with that. She just wishes he'd never come on board.
Oh my God. Okay, our kinky chat has probably attracted a sex spot, so I don't know if Smiler's there to kick them out.
Smiler, are you there?
We'll stop talking about tentacle porn.
Hang on, I can do this. I can do this.
You can do it.
I can. Zap.
One more.
Zap.
Not two more.
Zap.
Monteban shall smite.
I smite
you.
I smite thee.
Get that Gandalf line with the Borg, and I smote his remains upon the mount.
You shall not pass. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she wishes she'd never met him, basically. But it is kind of super weird. Just then, the Odan Iker enters 10 Forward, which freaks the Doc out. To take her mind off it, Troy tells her how the first man she ever fell in love with was her father. And eventually, he went and passed away, though she can still feel the warmth of his arms embracing her. She tells the Doc if she can accept receiving those feelings from the body we know as Will. And if so, go and embrace those feelings. It was a super weird... super weird. It's like, Troy, what the fuck are you going on about?
I thought that was messed up. I'm
Stop
like, is she been
talking.
drinking?
I don't know.
Because her eyes were a little glassy. I mean, I chalked it up to her talking about her dad. But I'm like, you can't go live or be boinking around and getting love from a symbiote that's occupying one of your crewmates' bodies.
She's like,
Will doesn't
go get it with my Imazadi's body. It's like, no problem.
Yeah. Like, consent.
In the same way that I loved my dad. It's like, what are you going on about?
She says he's like my brother, and then she starts going on about her dad, and then tells her to go get some. It's like, it's just a bit wrong.
It's a bit
Go
wrong.
get it.
In this sort of scene, as this is happening, like this scene is like she's staring at a camera, and then Riker's staring at her, and then she's staring back at him, and then Troy's staring at all of them. It's like, oh, you're not seeing any of this. God damn it.
You're
Yeah,
showing it.
Oh, yeah.
You're not seeing Riker enter either.
No,
So I hear the... Oh,
we're still seeing Troy looking down at Crusher.
But she did not once ask if Riker gave his consent to be enjoying this.
No. There's Riker
To be
entering.
fair, though, it did cross my mind that, Riker knew there was something going on between her and the Trill. And the way he was so like, I want to take over the Trill's body, I just thought, he's seeing it as an opportunity to notch one up on his bedpost with another crew member free of
You
charge.
solved it. 10 points goes to Mazza. I was so confused. And I'm like, Riker was a bit eager. I volunteer. My body. Now it makes sense. Okay,
I
this is
volunteer
all
my
legit
body
now.
to be Beverly's plaything anytime.
This is now legit.
Oh,
This
dear.
makes sense now.
Anyway,
Troy knows it. That's why she's like encouraging her. She's like, oh, imagine if he did all that and he didn't even get any out of it. That'd be a shame.
Yeah, I know.
he won't even remember it, probably.
Well, no, that's yeah. I bet Will didn't realise that though when he volunteered.
No.
Yeah, he did.
So that's the end of that wonderful scene. We didn't have a question. I missed a question. There was no question for. Sorry, everyone. It was so short. I missed a question from this scene. Didn't even realise.
Never mind.
Never mind. But we can go straight on to it. We can go straight on to Act 4.
Ah.
How joyous. She does look strange in that. Like, she doesn't look like her in some ways.
She looks flustered. I wish I looked that good when I was pregnant.
I might
Damn.
say she both looks haggard but kind of sexy at the same time. Anyway, moving on. Act 4. Luckily, the delegates have agreed to meet with the new and improved Odan on the Enterprise, which has saved the set designers a whole bunch of work. No planet in this episode, which lucky Sean's not here because he'd be moaning about that right now. Ahead of the meeting, the doc scans Odan Riker and finds his condition is worsening, but he promises to soldier on. He doesn't look too good.
He's got to last longer, so maybe he can get into that pink. That's what's going on.
That's what's going on.
Okay, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry. I've been drinking too much. I'll hush up now.
You're on your dangerous lemonade, aren't you?
Mm.
Oh, Dan's just saying it's a good-looking planet. It is a pretty good-looking planet, isn't it? It looks pretty good. I quite like this. Also, you can just make out the top corner here. Every time you see an Enterprise going around the planet in this episode, you can see one of the moons. So you can see the, I think it's the beta moon just at the top there. It's a pretty good shot.
That is really close.
Yeah, or it's far away. You know.
That big? That with the diagram. They showed the diagram.
Yeah. Just reminds me of that Father Ted scene with the cow. No, Dougal. This cow is small. That cow is far away. Anyway. So first he addresses Lathal Bine of the Moon Beta and recounts how he dealt with his aunt in the last negotiations, who was a formidable woman. But question 5, as there was no question 4, how long ago was the last mediation with Bine's aunt?
Oh, I know.
Was it A, 10 years ago, B, 20 years ago, C, 30 years ago, or D, 40 years ago?
Could you put that in chat? Because even though I know the answer, I forgot already.
Good lemonade, that, isn't it?
So then,
It
are we going to
is.
give this the 5 points answer rather than the question?
The
5
question
points rather than
5, question 5 answer points thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just me messing
Jolly
it all
good.
up. I'm busy
Jolly
messing
good.
it all up. Fine. So when was the last mediation with Bine's aunt? Don't get this wrong. So just put that. Here's the next picture. The Alpha delegate wants to know who he dealt with from his side in the last negotiation, and Odin Riker tells him it was himself, Callan Tross. But he was a much younger man, bristling with zeal. They then sit and talk about it some more. They want further proof, so he explains how he settled their differences last time, and that there was a radical plot to assassinate the Beta delegate, and that Callan Truss himself stepped in and stopped it. They adjourn to discuss it with their people. Once they go, Odin Riker is in obviously a lot of pain.
Yeah, Worf was in there somewhere, but
Worf.
the point is of course you're gonna forget Worf. I mean, they halfway forgot Data, so
Yeah, Worf is in. I think he gets to say one thing this episode.
I think that's a bit terrible. His makeup takes a long time too.
At the very end, he gets a line. Yeah.
What about Geordie? Was he in this?
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was in this at all.
No, I don't remember seeing him in the observation room. He wasn't there. Well, I guess this is not a technical.
He's not in this
thing.
episode, I don't think. No.
Wow.
In sickbay, the doc reports to Picard that Riker's body is rejecting the symbiont. She can give him a immunosuppressant. Immunosuppressant, that's the word. But that won't correct the underlying cause. Picard leaves to wait for Odin in his ready room. Odin Riker makes an advance on Crusher, but she still can't allow it, so Odin leaves. That was a really creepy scene as well. She was like, no.
Yeah.
I said, no, leave me alone.
You know, wasn't that at her place of work?
Yeah, I guess it
Like,
was.
dude, like even if she wanted to, she is at work, dude. Back the hell up.
Yeah. In his ready room, Picard informs Odin Riker that the representatives have agreed to accept him as a mediator. Odin isn't surprised as he finds them to be reasonable people, trapped in their anger. Picard pauses during the conversation, saying that for a moment, Odin sounded just like Riker. Picard tells him the new host will arrive within 18 hours, so Odin Riker says he will push on. In her quarters, Crusher gets herself a tea and looks at the rose that Odin gave her. It cuts between her staring at the rose and Odin not having a very good time in his quarters. And eventually, Crusher goes and visits him. They trade small talk, and eventually Odin tells her if she is going to leave, then she needs to go right now. But she says she ain't going anywhere, and they kiss. Yeah. There we go. That's the end of Act 4. Yeah.
I think
wasn't
like
really-
Riker's hot enough for a great lay and everything, but when it's presented in this way, it's kind of gross. It's like, nah, either you're doing Riker or you're not. Make a choice.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like
not
it.
actually related to this.
Like,
this
does he
last
even
sort of
know?
scene, but when Picard's talking to Odin near the beginning, apparently on his monitor it's got stuff about the Tychon's Rift from Night Terrors. That's like what his monitor was saying at the time.
Oh, right, yeah.
Throw back to a previous episode or a reuse of a graphic.
Also, like,
What were you saying?
you just said,
Abby?
like, the new host is like 18 hours away. Can't they just put it on hold for a minute? It's Riker, you know. It's like your superior, your brother. Like, can't you just wait 18 hours, wait for the new host to arrive, and then see how you feel? It's like, we're not talking you have to wait your whole life, just a few hours. You know?
Good that she didn't. Jesus.
Yeah, I guess.
But
he does come close to almost dying. So maybe she thought this was their last chance or something.
Maybe.
yeah, but that's kind of sick. Like, what if doing that actually kills him? Okay, even for a regular man, if he's not in prime condition cardiovascularly, that's a good way to go.
Hell of a
But
way to go.
my question was it's a totally different question because I'm on the sauce tonight. I've had very little data, so I have a lot of pent up like energy, lower horror energy here. And I'm wondering, does he get to tap into Riker's like skill bank when it comes to tapping that?
I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought so, but he has lived several sort of life generation thingies, so you think he would have picked up his own skills
Yeah.
over the years.
Or I mean, or at least add it to it. Be like, muscle memory. Be like, oh, my muscle want to do that, and then oh, let me add that to that. Let me add that to the inventory.
I mean, that's how they Trill work later on, isn't it? They can tap into their previous lives and the people they were, and
Yeah.
they become.
Yeah, Riker would have all kinds of.
So much so
all
that in
kinds of-
Discovery, the person actually gets somehow taken out and made into another person again. I mean, I don't know how that ever worked, but it happened.
Yep. Yep. That's how it works.
It is funny though, now that you've pointed it out earlier, Tavakins, about the fact that it's not really a symbiotic relationship because the parasite actually completely takes over, and they still call it a symbiont, and but it's actually not symbiotic at all. So it's a bit
Yeah.
odd that they even call it that.
Because these parasites, these trills, are full of shit. They're like the Tok'ra. Always that side shit going on. Be like, look, all right, we know what you are. Stop trying to act like you that good, okay?
Question from Dan in Subspace Chatter. How does this episode pay homage to Stephen Hawking, who later appears in the season 6 episode Descent? They name a shuttle after him.
Other than the shuttlecraft, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shuttlecraft. Shuttlecraft. I think that's... Let us know if we got it right. Yeah.
I get really sad every time I hear about Hawking because I'm like, I never met him, but he just seems so awesome and so inspirational. I'm like, Pooh, I'm glad he lived a long time, but he is missed. He added to the sum of our greatness for the human race. I'm like, damn, man, when he left, the average went down.
Yeah. We took a hit. So the answer to question 5 then, how long was it how many years has it been since Odin last mediated between Alpha and Beta? It was 30 years. So hopefully we had a decent amount of C's.
We sure did.
Yes.
I think everybody answered C. Yeah. That was 100 points each for that question.
C.
Yeah.
It's the magic letter.
And we're on to Act 5. We're on to the final act already. It's whizzed by. It's whizzed by. In the ready room, Odin Riker doesn't look good and is refusing any more treatment as it would put Riker's body at risk. He demands to be removed by the end of the day as Riker will not survive otherwise. As Odin leaves, Picard tells Beverly, whatever else I mean to you, foremost, I am your friend, and therefore I am there for you. So she gives him a hug, which is nice. It's a sweet moment. It's kind of weird, though.
That was kind.
It's kind of weird, It's a bit like the whole Troy Riker Doctor in the 10 forward. You've got Picard, Beverly, and Riker.
Yeah.
It's just all so strange.
So in the end, Riker and Picard are Eskimo brothers. They've been in the same igloo. I don't know if y'all know the comedy show The League, but Eskimo brothers is a phrase that's created by one of the oddball characters that manages to succeed no matter how ridiculous he is. He's just this weed head and always strikes it lucky.
Yeah.
And he creates this Facebook type of app where all the guys on there have this history of who they've been with. And if you've been with the same chick, you're marked as an Eskimo brother because you've been in the same igloo. And you're like, oh, Eskimo brother, what? You know Christine too? Yeah.
Right, I see.
Andrew says
Sorry.
Picard is friend zoned.
Yeah, he is tragically friend zoned in this scene. Yeah.
But it is quite nice how, the first couple of times when this stuff with Beverly and O'Dan's happening, he sort of looks not very impressed. You can tell there's a little hint of jealousy there, but by this point, I think he's kind of over it.
Yeah. It's like, what
I
can
do
you
like
do?
it because they do make it truly seem like they're sexually not. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm done talking. What?
It's just got
That's how you shut
hold
me,
a train
Kira.
of thought.
Yeah, I forgot what I was even
What?
saying.
That's brilliant. Oh, dear. On the bridge, the delegates tell them they won't be arriving for another 9 hours, which is bad news. Odin enters and collapses straight away. So they set off for the Trill ship at maximum warp to make the exchange as quick as they can. Yeah, we get a good shot of Data jumping to his rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye, Data.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Eminem calzone.
Yeah, we're in sick bay. The doctor removes the symbiont and places it in stasis. Picard recommends she get some rest, but the doc doesn't want to. She wants to be on hand for when the new host arrives. This container thing was again used in Voyager, various things in sick bay. Held like the phage virus at one point. Later, whilst the doc naps in sick bay, Worf enters and tells them the new host has arrived. It's the Worf's one line in this episode. But when the new host enters, it turns out it's a lady. But question number 6, what is this host's name? Is it A, Aldred, B, Kirill, C, Emily, or D, Duran? What is the name of this Trill host? And I will put it in chat.
Thank you.
Bosh.
My thing went all a bit funny for a second there.
It's funny because when Worf comes in and says, the new host has arrived. And she goes, oh, send him in. She turns around because she doesn't want to see him come in. She wants to, turn around and take in the visual of what her new chap's going to look like. And she turns around and she's got a massive smile on her face. And is like, oh. She's like,
I feel like Worf could have kind of maybe given her a little bit of warning.
yeah.
She said, well, send him in. And he could have said, oh, it's her, not him. Or, let her brace herself for it, but never mind.
I don't know. I think Worf was being very open-minded. Be like, she is a very handsome woman. Why would you not want to get on that? So it's probably what I would be thinking. Because I would have tapped that. She's looking right. I would have tapped that faster than I would have tapped Riker.
I would too. I agree.
Yep.
My acoustic tile just fell off my wall. It was really annoying. Oh, you can't even see this picture. There's me showing, look what her face though when she turned around. And once again, because it was after the question, it went to the wrong tab. There she is. There she is looking, oh. She can't catch a break. Shame. So yeah. Later in sickbay, after a successful transfer of Odin into the new host, Odin visits Dr. Beverly as she calls her, in her office, and she wants to carry on from where they left off. But Beverly goes, no, not quite possible. because, you know, you're a Trill and you keep changing hosts, and I'm a, you know, one body person and I can't keep up with all these changes. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. But she tells her she will always love her. And Odin tells her she will always remember their relationship. And she leaves, and that's the end of the episode.
I think she should have tapped that. She done missed out on an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have given it a go, given it a chance. You don't know. He might be able to pull some Trill magic on that. Be like, woo! What's in the because that's a different species. You don't know what kind of equipment she got down there, because obviously, you know, she didn't do the procedure, because he's all in that body already. So somebody else did it, which was dumb. Why would they have not the chief medical officer doing it? So why is this a surprise? But you know, facts like that. I'm not gonna talk about it. Just gonna sip my drink.
Sip your lemonade. Sip your lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think it's a bit of a shame she didn't at least try and carry on the relationship and see if it would work out, as they were so in love. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from this act, Mazza McBob?
Not so much like trivia from the act, but just, you know, there was both some just from, you know, all of those non-politically correct people out there. There was both equal a bit of outcry about the hints of homosexuality that this scene portrayed, and then also some minor outcry around the hints of homophobia that
yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of like you can see it from either way, but you know.
But you know, I don't think sort of not you know, a lady not wanting to have a romantic interest with another lady if they're, you know, heterosexual. I don't think that's homophobia. That's just
her preference.
Just not a homosexual. That's all. I'm not. You don't have to be homophobic just to not be a homosexual. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of irrelevant when they're completely different species of creatures from different planets. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She could have had compatible bits for all she knows. Full package.
It's the way
Titties
it was
and
though
all the
in the
good
sort of late 80s, early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
it's
was.
different time.
Hey, you see, the thing with this is, at this point, they're able to like surgically change almost everything. So if he was that much in love with her, I don't even understand why he would have been like, hey, look, if I changed all this on the outside, would it be a different story?
Yeah.
Because that's just superficial.
Why would you have to? I mean, it didn't matter when it went to Riker's body, and that was bloody Riker.
Yeah, but that's Riker, though. That's that nice Riker bits. I mean, that's different.
Is it? I guess.
You don't count. You can't. Yeah, that's a whole totally different thing, you know?
A whole different thing.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Titties and all that good stuff.
So, do we have a winner for our quiz this week?
We do not.
Oh, no.
I'll just finish putting the remainder of the points in.
I have a tiebreaker question.
It better not be timed. I am inebriated.
3, 4 people all on top marks.
Okay,
which is Tavakins, Stuplum, Andrew, and Subspace. So yeah, it'll have to be a first to the.
It's going to be first to the chat. Ready?
No,
first to the chat. Yes.
No.
So we're going to go first to chat. So, out of all the incorrect answers from the last question, what do the incorrect answers have in common?
Oh, that's no fair. Shit, I gotta roll. God damn it.
What do the incorrect answers from the last question have in common?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Get it in chat.
Did it go? Oh shit, I don't know.
Andrew says they're all female.
Ooh, I think Subspace got the most correct answer first.
Yeah, I think Subspace Chatter got the actual answer correct. They were all
Tabby
Trill
said other
hosts.
Trill hosts,
Yeah.
but they were Daxes.
They are specifically all Daxes. Yes.
And so, Dan, it is with love I present you with the honorary Dan.
It's nice because it works good with the can yell, right?
It's good. A good Danielle is Danielle works well, doesn't it, with the can?
Yeah.
Andrew said, "I hate this game." Just kidding.
Oh dear.
It is such good fun, though.
So that actually puts Subspace Chatter on 5. Wow.
I feel like this is supposed to be a review show with an added quiz, but I won't say who, but somebody did ask me this week, oh, is the Star Trek quiz happening this week then?
Yes,
it's like the quiz has become, the main event rather than the fact that it's a review show.
Oh, Dan. It should be
The beard
Dan.
is in the house.
I like that. It should be Dan this week. Oh, Dan.
Love it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And the Viking
Oh, do you want me to do that with the con yell, Dan? Is that a request?
Yes, that's a request. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I do Dan before con?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you got this.
Okay, hold on. Oh, Dan!
Yes.
There we go. And in honor of our missing host, of course, with you being in here, Sean would have dropped in the Dan.
That's true. He would have done, yeah. Here you go then. So, there we go. We now have Stu Plum and Tavikins in joint gold place, joint first place with 7. We have Subspace Chatter in second place with 5. And then we have Mazim, Bob and Andrew in joint third place with 2.
Ooh, Andrew, you and I were still hanging on to a medal position there until somebody splits the difference at the top, and then we'll drop out of the medals, I'm afraid.
Sean, Mickey, Ruth, and Goodjohn, you're all on 1. At least you're on the scoreboard. That's oh, Danny boy. Oh, yeah, very good. Good, Stephen.
Nice.
Who is this? I've got a Playmates character. I've got a Playmates character for you this week.
Oh, make yourself big.
Completely unrelated. Okay. Completely unrelated to the episode. But who is my Playmates character for this week?
I keep thinking Playboy Playmate when you say that.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty obvious.
We all know, yeah, I know. Is it episode specific, or is that an older version?
I think it is episode specific.
It's episode specific. Yeah.
Relics.
From Relics.
Yeah. Relics.
Yeah. So, yes, Dan, you're correct. It's Scotty from Relics.
Subspace says Scotty. Tabby says Scotty. Andrew says it's me.
Here we go.
Is that what you look like, Andrew? I don't think so.
But he's a Scotty.
You in the future.
Oh.
And right, so the host, guys, what would you give the episode The Host out of 10? From 0 to 10, what would you give The Host?
Yeah, and a little bit on the sort of reception. So originally, Brannon Braga said that he thought that the way it was pitched was repulsive in terms of this wormy thing inside somebody's stomach. He thought it all sounded a little bit gross. But obviously they brought in the romantic element. And, and he said he thought it turned out to be a really touching love story, even though it started off as a repulsive idea. Just generally all about the fact that it was a love story, nature of love, why we love, what prevents us from loving. An analogy, if your beloved turned into a cockroach, would you still love the cockroach? This stuff was from, I think that might have been from Beverly. But yeah, so I think people generally liked it. They thought it was very romantic and sweet and love story, which you found really weird and gross, but there you go. Each
I
their
did.
own.
Well, the answer is if your
You're still
lover
big
turns
on the
into
screen, by the way. I don't know if you
my
realize.
God, am
You
I?
might want to bring the spreadsheet back.
Ah!
Yay.
Yeah, I'm like sorry about that. I didn't mean to be big. That's hideous. That's a horrible thing. Having me that size.
No, you being big wasn't a problem. It was just the fact that we didn't have this spreadsheet up.
I think, yeah, if your lover turns into a cockroach, would that be a problem? Well, the moral, the answer to this in this story is yes, it would be a problem. Yes. Or if it turns into Riker, maybe not so much of a problem. But if it turns into a beautiful lady, not is a problem.
Yeah.
So
For anyone
what should we give this episode then?
For anyone out there with the honor of holding a paddle, get ready to whip it out and use it. Pat, pat. Okay.
Stuplin's giving it a 6. Andrew gives it a 5. Subspace a 7. Stuplin a 6. Supremus a 5.
You ready? 3,
Ooh.
2, 1. Spoink. I've gone down this episode. I just found it too weird. I couldn't get past its weirdness. And I know Sean says it every episode in season 4. It was just another bottle episode.
I know, you're not allowed to say that.
A 6 and a 7, but I've gone for 6.
I had to give it a 7 because some people in comments came up with some pretty good like counter arguments, and I'm like, all right, that knocked me up a number.
What have I done?
And the average in chat is 5.75, so rounds up to a 6.
Oh no, you gave it a 6, and Terry gave it a 7.
Ruth.
And what did the audience give it?
Hang on, I'm just adding in Ruth.
All right, yeah. Because we had a 5, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 5.
A 5,
Okay.
yes. It comes to a 5.6, which rounds up to
6.
a 6.
These chairs on the bridge are not comfortable. Jesus, and I think I drank too much. Oh, Wookiee's in the house.
Hey, Wookie.
Hey, Wookie, you got a marks out of 10 for it?
Yeah, have you got a mark out of 10? Let us know. You could change the audience score. At the moment, it's on the low side. Oh, he gives it a 7. So yeah, that's
Told you, I'm right with
that
you,
is going to
Wookiee.
put it up definitely to a 6.
See, told ya.
Yeah, that solidifies its 6th position. My 4 has brought it down.
Yeah, that puts it up to a 5.83.
Which, giving it a 4, kind of did it on purpose to bring it down to average. So it's I think it's the 3rd lowest, 5.75. Yeah, because Night Terrors was our lowest, and it's sort of joint second to last place with whatever that was. What was that? The Loss. Yeah.
I thought Gates's acting in this was pretty good.
That was good. Yes.
And I thought even the host guy as an extra was pretty good. I mean, I know he was only in it for like the first third of the episode, but I thought his, some of the extras sometimes aren't so strong, but I thought he was, pretty personable and
I think
not
he was.
bad. So yeah,
He was all right, but I didn't think he was that. He was still a little wooden. I didn't think he was that suave, but I don't know. It was all right. It was just
Wookie missing Sean. We all are.
Oh yeah, we're all missing Sean. Did he say something last week that he might not make it because he's coming back from Dublin or something?
He
I
said
think
he
you
had
did.
to like run like what was it, like a raffle thing or something. To do with
Oh,
an
that
event.
was
that's
it.
right.
I hoped he might be able to
For
pop
his
in and
dad
out,
or
but
something, wasn't
clearly
it?
Not.
Yeah, so he couldn't make it. That was it. He did tell us. I'd forgotten because I'm old.
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke and called him an extra, but he's not. I meant a guest actor. Like a guest appearance.
Yes. Yeah, so we've only got 2 more episodes and then the 2-part end of season. So I guess 3 episodes left for people to win. So it could still be Dan's. We still have 3 points on the board. If he won every quiz, and it's definitely still between Stu Plum and Tavi. So yeah, good luck to you all in the next few weeks. Chat amongst yourselves, and I'll try to get the trailer for the next episode.
Will the next episode have more data in it? That's the question.
Ooh.
In terms of ensign spotting, this episode had Ensign Gates, Ensign J. I don't really remember Ensign J, and also Crewman Martinez and Crewman Nelson. Also, one a bit less familiar, but Gates and Martinez obviously in it a lot, and Ogawa as well. Another appearance by Ogawa.
It did, yeah. She was in it, wasn't she, briefly? In the sick bay. It's such a pain.
Marinate that duster lore. I don't know what they're on about in chat. They're talking about data being sexy.
Panko does some writing on the side, and she does different timelines in which there are different renditions of what's going on. And Duster Lore is the nickname for one of the different timelines where Lore and Data are actually teamed up as brothers. And he wears Lore wears a duster, and from that timeline, Data is in Command Red, but he left Starfleet for Lore to team up with Lore.
Cool.
So, but Duster Lore in that one is almost he is actually full on psychotic. So it's quite dangerous.
Stu Plum says, I'm not a celebrity, but I'm out of here. Bye. So Majram, Stu Plum, good night.
Good night to you.
Okay.
And Andrew says Panko has bad boy fever. Is that the same?
Oh, yes, you do. Woo-hoo, that bad boy.
Here you go. Here's a trailer for next week's episode of Mind's Eye.
Romulan target, Geordi LaForge.
He has no choice but to see what I wish him to see.
They're programming him to sabotage the Federation.
Do not attempt to leave orbit.
You speak as if we are enemies and not allies.
And brainwashing him into a ruthless assassin.
Mr. Data, we have a known spy on board. I want you to kill him.
Mind control on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Good episode.
Nurser and Baitor must have watched this episode.
Mm-hmm.
To give him the idea of what to do in Generations.
Must pass on some notes.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good idea. Why don't we do that? Yeah. I think that looks like quite a fun episode.
It looks like it's also data deficient.
Oh, I don't know. It's got Geordi in it.
It's got Geordi in it. Like they're
They're best buddies, aren't they? So I think
maybe he'll be in the background as a support character, but I would like you to please use the transition in between scenes to just put up stock photo or B-roll of Data. Just so I don't flatline. I almost fell asleep watching this episode. I had to wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I got to review this.
I'll see what I can do, Tammykins, for next week. I'll see if I can put extra special amount of data in it for you. Dan remembers the TNG magazine being issued with a summary of Mind's Eye. Yes, I've got a stack. I got loads of TNG magazines, an absolute stack of them. I was saying to her, I've got to sort through my magazines and all my comics because at the moment they're in a right mess. But yeah, I've got to sort through them all and put them in order and see if I can find the ones I have missing. Something fun to do. Yes. So there we go. That was
saying that they hope they're not working next week because they really like this episode and they want to come join us.
Oh yeah, cool.
Andrew's saying that. Supreme Panko's saying that.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a bit better than this episode. I was not a fan of this episode. Sometimes, you watch these episodes that you haven't seen in a long time, and I find I like ones that I never used to like, and don't like those that I used to like. And I think this is a bit more on the side of I didn't enjoy it as much as maybe I did when I was younger. just didn't gel with me this time. Yep. Shout out for Subspace Chatter. Dan, will you be discussing more Star Trek? The new animated series.
And they had Dan did an interview last week with, was it J.G. Hertzler? That's like amazing.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Amazing.
Check that out, everyone.
Yeah.
What's it called? Star Trek
Prodigy?
Prodigy. That's it. Yes. Prodigy episode 13. That will be this Saturday. Yes. There we go. I haven't caught up with Prodigy, the new series, yet. So, yeah, I'm going to have to.
Any of it.
It's really worth it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Check it out.
I mean, it's a Nickelodeon show aimed at like children, but it's still good Star Trek. It's really worth a watch.
Ruth says she found this episode hard not to judge it retrospectively with regard to Trills and the fact that it changed so much in the future.
I think that may be it. Maybe that is why it's just not gelling with me.
Ruined you for this episode.
Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine kind of ruined this episode. Maybe. That's maybe my problem with it. Yeah, they just don't look right. They don't act right. It's like it's all wrong. Yeah. Anyway.
Just lost Tavi's.
I think possibly
audio.
her phone just died.
I
think maybe that's what's just happened.
That's okay. At least we got almost there. We're about to leave anyway.
Yeah, we're about to finish. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Our look at the host. We'll be looking at reviewing The Mind's Eye next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So please feel free to come and join us for that. Hopefully Sean will be back next week. I'll just let Tavi back in so she can say goodbye.
Yeah, I lost my audio on my phone.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? Yep. Okay, so thanks to Mazima Bob and Tavykins Turner for joining me this week. Thank you, ladies. Thank you to Dan from Subspace Chatter. Check out his Friday and Saturday live streams. Thanks to Ruth. Thank you for coming along. Andrew, Supreme Panko, to Stuplum, who is gone, but thank you anyway. To my wrench, Smiler Rainbow. Thank you for all joining us this evening. And
Guzion, Wookiees, as you said,
everyone else.
Yeah, Subspace, yeah.
The beard. The beard.
Everybody.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Cheers.
Cheers. Goodbye, everybody.